Hello, fellow orbiters. This is Unknown Orbiter here with you for my second tutorial demonstration video on the Orbiter Spaceflight Simulator. In this video, I will be demonstrating how one will rotate and otherwise manipulate the camera, navigate through the various option menus, and change other very important aspects in Orbiter before even getting off the ground. So let's start with the camera. The camera is very easy to operate in Orbiter, and simply all I have to do to rotate it around an object is by holding down the right mouse button and just moving your mouse. And the mouse move is unrestricted. The only restriction really is the edge of your mouse pad. So you can just keep rotating all you want. Other camera functions can be found in the main menu, which is accessed through the function 4 key. That would be F4. You will see a tab here that says camera. When you open this, you will be presented with some drop-down lists and some various options for logging onto and tracking targets. I find the best way to locate an object with the camera is by typing it in the text box down here. This not only makes it easier to look at objects rather than having to go search these menus, but also it's very important that you memorize the objects in orbiter so that you can reference them in your MFDs and orbital flights, which we'll discuss later. So let's say I want to look at Jupiter. I'll type in Jupiter and then say apply. And there's Jupiter. Let's say I wanted to look at the moon. All I have to do is type in moon and then apply. Just like that. It's very easy to use, very important tool. I find myself not using the orbiter camera dialog too much because really I'm always focused on the action that's going on with my ship. So just in case you want to have a scenic flight through the solar system with your camera, that's very useful to know the camera function. So now that we're on the subject of cameras, let's also discuss the projection of the camera. You have a few different projection modes, which you will see up here in the top left corner of your screen next to mode. Right now, we are in target relative mode. That means your camera movements are in relationship to the ship or the currently targeted object. I can change this by pressing the function 2 key, that's F2, and you can see here it changes to absolute direction, which while it's still in relationship to the selected object, the movement of the camera is slightly different and maybe a bit more useful when your ship is perhaps spinning or rotating while in orbit. The next option is global frame. Now, in this mode, the rotation of your camera is in relationship to the current global variable for the camera. This means that all your movements are on a global frame instead of being on a target relative frame or the absolute direction frame. So, now that I've gotten that covered, let's go back to the main menu, which, once again, F4. Let's go down the list of the important functions. The first one after camera, you'll see, or before camera, is help. And just like the name implies, it'll open up a dialog box that gives you all the help topics. And just in case anything in my tutorial is confusing, you can come here and search this for any of your answers. After camera is time warp. Time warping is very, very useful in orbiter because space travel takes a long time regardless of what ship you're in. So in order to change the time acceleration, you can click on any of these buttons and you can see the effects of the time acceleration in the top right corner over here next to the WRP or warp icon. Right now we're in 1,000 times normal speed, 10 times normal speed, 1 times normal speed, or a 1% of normal speed. This can also be specifically adjusted using the slider, so you can get very precise with your time acceleration. I actually prefer to use the T and R keys to rotate my, not rotate, my time acceleration. This is because it's much easier and much faster to access. So you're pressing T, I'm warping forward. By pressing R, I'm warping back. So, going down the main item list, we also come to object info. Object info gives you information about any vessel, spaceport, or celestial body you will need to know. For celestial bodies, it can give you information about the orbit or the mass of the body, such as Europa or Deimos. For spaceport, you will find information about navigational aids, such as for Cape Canaveral, you will get ILS frequencies for landing pads and VOR transmitting frequencies for runways, which we'll cover in a later tutorial. For vessels, you will get other useful information such as docking information and current orbit info. Going down, we also come to Navigate info. Navigate info will give you all the information that you possibly need about all the VORs on a given planet or moon or other celestial object. So for the Earth, you will get all the information that you need pertaining to VORs, which are what all these are, and they're all over the planet. We'll cover VORs in a much later chapter, so you don't have to worry about those yet. Going down the list, we come to the map, self-explanatory. It will give you a map with all the VORs, base location, and even your current location, based on which map you choose. Pause or zoom, self-explanatory. It pauses and resumes the simulation. Record and play allows you to make recordings of your current simulation, and you also have advanced options such as the sampling interval, how your attitude data is recorded, as well as position and velocity data. Quick saving quickly saves your scenario. One thing to know about quick saving is that you must pause the simulator before you press quick save, else it will not save. This is I found out when I was very new to Orbiter. Below this, we will find the custom button, and custom functions will actually be more focused on a later time because the custom functions will vary from orbiter to orbiter depending on what add-ons they have installed. But what you need to know most about the custom functions dialog is that it enables you to change various elements within Orbiter, such as for the Delta Glider 4, you can change payload, passengers, paint job, all those different things. Finally, we have visual helpers. In visual helpers, you will get many very fun, useful visual options, such as showing the forces on your craft. You can see here, torque. You can see the axes of your vessel. You can show, oh God, many things that may or may not be useful, depending on how or what specifically you're interested about in Orbiter. For example, I've used these force visual options in order to perform science fair experiments and take down data. These are all very useful, so you will want to experiment with those. And finally, we do have the exit button, which will, of course, exit you out of the simulator. Besides these, you can also access many of the functions in the main menu via the function keys, such as F3, which opens up the Select Spacecraft dialog, which enables you to, of course, select different spacecraft. Besides those very basic operations, that is all that I have to show you for this tutorial. I hope this has proved very useful to new orbiters, and I would ask that you all stay tuned for my next video that will hopefully be able to explain many questions people have been having about MFDs and basic flight rules. So I hope to see you then. Thank you.